What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel and to this very quick video on Akalabeth, World of Doom. I wanted to make this video because I know that I've already beaten the game, but I found this manual for Akalabeth and it has some extra lore. So if I'm going to be playing through the Ultima franchise, this seems relevant. So just wanted to share this with you. This manual comes with the game if you purchase Akalabeth World of Doom on GOG. And the art is pretty sick, not going to lie. We have on the first page this intro block of lore text. And on the second page, we keep scrolling. This manual basically walks through how to play the game, and it answers some questions that I had, and it has some pretty solid artwork as well. All in all, it's a pretty cool retro looking manual. I'm not sure if this was the original manual or if this was done later, but whatever the case, I want to read you this text because this lore is interesting and it's different than the text that you get when you select the introduction option from within the game. So, without further ado, beware, foolish mortal, you trespass in Akalabeth, World of Doom. The Annals of Akalabeth. 'Tis said that long ago, peace and tranquility covered the lands. Food and drink flowed freely. Man and beast lived in peace. Gold and silver abounded. It was the golden age of Akalabeth. Mundane, second born of Wolfgang, a great king of old, wished to gain his brother's inheritance, and so he used his great powers for evil. Many years had Mundane traversed the lands of Akalabeth, spreading evil and death as he passed. He created deep dungeons, so deep and extensive that their lower depths had never been explored. In these dungeons he unleashed more evil. He sent thieves, skeletons, and snakes to dwell near the surface, and daemons and Balrogs to guard the depths. Now blood flowed freely in Akalabeth, and foul creatures soon came to roam near the surface. Mundane cast such sickness and pestilence upon Akalabeth that both man and beast lived in constant fear. Thus was the Dark Age of Akalabeth. And this is pretty hardcore. Mundane goes throughout the world creating these dungeons and stocking them with evil. And this is a lesson for any D&D or just any role-playing game designers out there that you don't need any kind of overly complicated reason for your dungeons to exist. A mad wizard wandering through the land, creating and stocking them magically, is good enough for Akalabeth. So this is the point. This is the point where Lord British steps in. But we have this world ravaged by dungeons, and it's interesting because the creatures aren't on the surface. They're in the dungeons, and it's presumed that the creatures roam the surface. But I don't know. It makes me think you could just avoid the dungeon. If the harsher, tougher creatures are down at the bottom, that's actually a good thing, right? We only have to worry about the what do they say? The thieves, skeletons, and snakes to wander out near the surface if the daemons and Balrogs are further down. Maybe they come out too from time to time. Who knows? Whatever the case, this is the backdrop. Then Lord British enters the scene. There arose from the land a man pure and just to battle the Dark Lord. British, champion of the White Light, did battle with Mundane deep within the labyrinth of dungeons, eventually driving him from Akalabeth forever. British of the White Light was proclaimed Lord British, protector of Akalabeth. Alas, much damage had been suffered unto the lands. The revival of Akalabeth has begun. 'Tis thy duty to rid Akalabeth of the foul creatures which infest it, whilst trying to stay alive. I do remember that text making it into the introductory section of the game. Yeah, so interesting stuff here. We learn that Lord British arose from the land. implying that he was not royalty before this encounter with Mundane, but rather ascended to become Lord British after defeating Mundane inside the dungeon. And this is going to be interesting to think about later in future titles in the Ultima series. Very interesting. And then this claims that Lord British drove Mundane from Akalabeth forever. And if I'm not mistaken, Mundane returns in the Ultima series, so forever is apparently not forever. Not really forever, anyway. So whatever the case, by the time that your player character steps into Akalabeth World of Doom, Mundane has been defeated and driven out, but the dungeons that Mundane has created, they still remain, and they're spread across the surface. And so your role here, you're not the chosen one. This is an interesting design choice, and a choice that I actually like. You are not the chosen one. That is Lord British. Lord British is the overarching champion of the white light. Lord British is the chosen one. You are just trying to become a knight in his service without dying. That is the point of the game, to go and kill X creatures, and by doing that, you're not saving Akalabeth on your own, but you're one of many. All the people that play the game, they all are striving to become knights to rid Akalabeth of the evil creatures in its dungeons. And altogether, the sum of your efforts is to begin to revive Akalabeth. As it says, the revival of Akalabeth has begun. And that is a pretty cool early take on your role as the player character in a role-playing game. And so, maybe, if you decide to fire up Akalabeth, a World of Doom, and to delve and face the Balrog, the skeletons it looks like we have here. This looks like a carrion crawler. Another skeleton. If you decide to delve and to face the Balrog and to clear out the evil in Akalabeth, maybe you can feel some piece of connection to all of those players that have come before you in reviving Akalabeth. I'm also really interested to know if the land of Akalabeth ever comes back to the series. I believe the land is called Caesarea in the next game. I don't know if Akalabeth is not canon, because this is Ultima Zero, if all of this lore is just moot, if it didn't happen. As far as the Ultima timeline goes, I don't know. We're gonna figure this out and piece it together, and it's gonna be a blast. But yeah, that is everything that I had to say about the manual. I just thought that was a cool piece of lore and wanted to just chat about it for a minute. So thank you very much for watching this brief coverage of the Akalabeth World of Doom manual and brief discussion of its lore. Thank you so very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button and to subscribe for more retro role-playing content. I'm Twinrova, and until next time, happy scaping and fight on!